What's up, guys? What's up, guys? This is Levon Stewart with Vonnie FX, and today we're gonna do things a little bit more different. So as you can see, we got a new demonstration. Got a lot of things going on with the business, and we're gonna keep it going. We're gonna keep it going with the uploading videos. I took a break with the Markup Mondays to handle some things, and we're gonna get back into it. But today we're just gonna talk about the simple supply and demand and how it works with price. And this kind of goes along with like a lot of economics and almost everyday things that we purchase, buy, or spend money on. So this kind of goes with like all forex pairs, stock market, metals, cryptos, what have you. So today we're just going to talk about supply and demand. And to start off, we're going to make this blue line price. I'm going to put it right here, price. Right? And real quickly, we're going to make this bottom portion demand. Alright? Simple enough. And then we're going to make this top portion right here supply. Alright? So from what you guys already know, we could give demand and supply interchangeable names, right? Demand also goes for support, right? And supply could be resistance. But how does price react within these two areas, right? So right now we have price, let's say it's at 0. Let's say this is 0, where it's at, and this will be positive 1. This will be negative 1. This area right here. So as you can see, as price right now is just moving constantly straight, right? Let's say something happened, right? Regarding news, what have you. So price is kind of moving, right? And then it takes a dip down, right? Simple law of supply and demand is that if you see price comes down here once, it came back up in this area, it's starting to form a support or demand zone. So if you see it come down again, hit it, come down again, hit it, and then eventually you kind of like see it, do its own thing, right? But the biggest takeaway I want you guys to understand is that when you see price hit like a same, zone, let's say this point right here is point -5, at a price. Yeah. Let's say it's that, right? So price had to come to this point 3 times to make it a support. So that's when a lot of times you see, a box, a zone, a line, what have you, as that support right there, right? And the same thing. So, like again, price is at 0. We're going to start from right here. We're just moving. We come down. So, kind of like the same thing with demand. If you see price, shoots up and price and then takes a dip, right? You can say, okay, my resistance or supply zone is kind of starting right there, right? So, if you see again hit up there, do something like that, It could hit it as many times as it can. And let's say this point right here is 0.05, just like that one before. So price came to 0.05 multiple times. But guess what? It did not break this zone. Right? And even though it didn't break the zone, it came right back down, just like how we saw the other one go up, because it didn't. Because the supply zone, or there's a lot of sellers right there that sold this asset at that price at 0.05. A lot of them sold it, and it brought the price down, as vice versa. Everyone was buying at it when it was cheap, and then went up. So guys, this was just part 1 of supply and demand. There's a lot of aspects of supply and demand, which we will break down more in detail. Please like, comment, subscribe, and I'm gonna jump into the chart so you can see it live on action. Alright guys, so now we're back on the charts. So right now we're looking at silver against the dollar. So the price of silver, um, its past history. So as you can see, we're just gonna kind of start down from right here, from where price started originally. So this is gonna be our demand zone, just and I'll show you why in a second. And this is gonna be our resistance, and I'll show you why in a second as well. Um, but let me show you as to why I put my demand zone and supply zones as to where they were, as I showed you before in the demonstration. The demand zone is going to be at the bottom where prices, the supply is going to be at the top of prices, and these two zones affect where price goes. So we just saw the demand, um, prices came to my demand zone that I drew up for you guys. Let's see what else it does. See, as you see, pushed up, kind of moving sideways, and it's in our supply zone. So now that it's in our supply zone, what do we expect it to do? Well, that kind of just drew out, come down. And what did it do? It came down. Now it's in our supply zone again. We expect it to come down. And it did. And it kind of touched our supply demand zone right here. If you guys can see with that wick, we're going to count that too. Because like I said, if it hit our zone before and it comes back to that same zone, as the zone's like 22, around $22 for the price of gold, and the resistance or the supply zone is going to be around $25. So between $25 and $22 is where price is bouncing. And let's see where price keeps going. Just came off the support, went back right back to the resistance. And then as you see, when it hit the resistance, or should I say supply zone, what did it do? Come right back down. Kind of move sideways, touched it a little bit. You know, I'm going to count it because, again, it touched the zone. Let's see if we can get it there. Right there. All right. So I hit the zone. Right back into our buy zone. Let it play out. Right back into that sell zone, supply zone, resistance. Kind of wicked hard. And it looks like it's about to break out, which is something I'll definitely teach you guys in the next supply and demand demonstration. So basically, before I continue on where price is going, because this is from the past, this is actually from December of last year. So a couple months ago, this is what the price was for silver. But the main points I want to demonstrate for you guys is that at these points right here is where we can see the obvious supply zone, and these points right here is the obvious demand zone where you're going to be buying. So in between these 2 points, guys, is where you're going to be buying silver, exiting, wait for it to dip again, buying it again right here, selling it right here if you want to close your profits, buying it right here, and then closing right there. And each position you get into, it's in profit because you close that in profit. Now, if you're, trading it per se, you're going to take into these, short positions as well, which is something we'll definitely get into when it comes to actual trading. But these are going to be the zones of where price is affected between the supply, which is at the top, also known as resistance, and demand. So bounces from and bounces up from as well. So guys, again, this is part 1 to Vonnie FX. My name is Levon Stu. Again, like, subscribe, hit that notification bell, and I'll see you guys in the next episode. Take care.